Hello, welcome to this Python tutorial where I'm going to use the Ursina engine, which I'm really excited about. Some students just showed me it a couple of days ago, and I've been obsessed. It's so good. So this is the website, ursinaengine.org. I need to find out which organization have done it. It's open source. It's completely free. So in this video, I just want to show you how to get set up, which will take literally a few seconds, and then we're going to make some kind of solar system as a typical thing that I like to do, and I know a lot of people like to do. So Ursina, I think it does. That's like female bear, isn't it, in Latin? And confirmed. That looks kind of like a bear to me. Right. So how do you get set up in Ursina? I've just gone to their documentation, and that's probably the wrong place to go. Let's go to. If I click download, it scrolls down the page to getting started. So all you need to do is make sure you've got Python 3.6 or newer. I'm sure you have. If you haven't, you can do something like pip install Python. Is that right? Something like that. And that'll update. No, it's like pip install update. I can't remember. Just go to Python downloads and follow the instructions there. Apologies. Right, and that will probably work for you, and then you can start. I'm going to use the idle IDE, but you can use any programming environment that you're used to doing your Python in. What did I use? Right, I found this one handy. If that doesn't work, maybe try this. And I'm using a Mac, but I know that this works on a Windows machine. I tried it on a Windows machine as well. I haven't tried it on a Linux machine, but presumably it'll work fine. So Python -m pip install Ursina. You might need to add to that afterwards --user if that still doesn't work. And as they explain here, you may need to use pip3 instead of pip, so that you're definitely installing Ursina to Python, the latest version of Python, not the old version of Python 2. Anyway, I've not had any trouble with that, and I'm usually the kind of person who has trouble with this kind of thing and nothing goes right. So even for me, it literally took a few seconds. There you go. Again, do leave in the comments if you have any problems, and I'll try and help you out. Right, so we're set up. So here's an example program in Python, obviously, and look how short it is. It's absolutely tiny. So let's run this, and I'll just show you what it's capable of. That tiny amount of Python is able to achieve the following. So Ursina gives you a window, and there we go. I've got a nice 3D scene. Obviously, I've used pink for space, and we've got textures working. I haven't actually got lighting working. I've just made the different moons, different like shades of white. And we've got obviously a camera working, and we've got 3D movement and everything else like that, which Ursina has already got packaged there ready for you to use, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, there is one bug. I haven't worked out whether it's just me doing something weird or it's Ursina, but you can't quite see it, but I can't seem to be able to move the image of my face. But top right hand of the window, there's a red X. If you hit that, it doesn't seem to actually close the program. So if you're on a Windows machine, you might have to press the Windows key and then close it down, like manually down here. You can do something similar with the Mac. If you're using a first-person controller, by the way, that Ursina uses, you could use Alt, Command, and Escape if you're on a Mac, and then you can force quit. I've built in this escape function, so then I can just kill the application, kill Python, and then I'm out of there. Okay, right, so what we're going to do is make a more realistic kind of solar system. And by doing so, I'll show you how to use Ursina. So I'm going to keep this script here for a reference. And so make yourself a new Python file. Let's just make that a little smaller so you can see it. There we go. And let's save this. Python Ursina dev, perfect. Let's make a new folder, and I'll call this tutorials. And then I can link this code in the description below. So you don't even have to do any coding. You don't even have to do any typing. It'll all be there for you. Although obviously I recommend you doing the coding yourself. So it becomes your project. Right, we're going to save this as tutorial Ursina number 1. Maybe I'll call it solar, so I've got some idea what it is. Python file, there we go. Right, so like a good Python programmer, let's just say what this is. Tutorial for a solar system using Ursina. Lovely, and first thing we want to do is from Ursina import everything like that. So later on we don't have to keep writing Ursina.entity equals blah blah blah. We can just now write entity equals or whatever else we need, because the whole of Ursina is in here now, or in the namespace, as it were. Okay, so we've got everything. To get running, all you really have to do is say app equals Ursina, and then app run. I think that's it. Let's see if I can create an entity. If I can, I'm just realizing now I'm having to do this off the top of my head. It's all right. I've got my example script somewhere. So let's see. Entity. Well, let's call it something. Simon. Simon equals new entity, and then we can tell it to be, let's say, a cube. So it's model equals cube. So we're using like a preset type. Let's just see what that does. So save your Python file and then run it. See if this actually works. I'm laughing because I'm nervous. Wow, it's actually worked. We've got a window running, default dark grey colour to our window, and we've got some kind of cube. Or is it just a square? Maybe you don't believe me. So how do I close this program? Now, if I press escape, it doesn't work. So let's try force quit. So if you're on a Mac like me, Alt, Command, and escape, and then I can force quit and force quit, and that closes the window. I know that's the kind of thing that, unless you know it, can kind of get in the way of your coding for a long time. Right, so let's just minimize the shell. So we don't know if that's actually a cube or not. So let's just rotate our cube. Or can we splash a texture onto it and then rotate it? Yeah, let's do that. So to add a texture, you literally just have to write texture equals and then the name of your texture. Let's call it Texy. There he is. Now, Texy doesn't actually exist, so we do have to go and actually make that texture. And I'm just thinking, how am I going to do that? Let's go into the folder. Where am I? Ursina dev tutorials. So this is where my Python, this file is living. So basically you want to put your image file here, and it can be a JPEG, PNG, a GIF. I don't know how GIFs will work, so maybe let's try that. Let's download a GIF and put it in there. So let's go to what should I don't know, a chicken. This is very risky to. Oh, it's not going to it. Right. I'm just failing to Google search. Oh, I know why I'm failing. Because I haven't got great internet at the moment. Damn, this is gonna... This is gonna put a spanner in the works. Okay, so I bought downloading a picture. We'll just grab one from somewhere else in here. But I don't want to show you everything. What have I got? If I go into P5, I can get... I bet I can get a picture of some kind of red hen. That would be good. Yeah, there we go. I've got Blinky. I wanted a GIF though, didn't I? Right, I'll just have to settle on this guy. So let's copy you. Can I get back into my Python folder? Ursina Dev, tutorials. Here we are. And then paste that there. Okay, so I called that Texy, didn't I? So let's rename this Texy, Texy. Notice it's a PNG, but in our code we don't have to put PNG. Ursina's so good it will just look for image file types automatically. So hopefully we've got that texture applied, and what we want to do is rotate it so we can actually see it's not a square but a cube. Okay, so def update. So we've created this function which is just going to loop round and round and round automatically. So if you're familiar with other game engines like Unity, you'll know exactly what's going on here. This function will just be called, so it's like your frame rate. Or similar in JavaScript if you're using P5, and the draw function, looping over and over again. Okay, so why have I done that? Oh, because we can now rotate Simon. So we can say, Simon, your rotation, and we want to use your Y rotation. So if you imagine a pole going through the top of our cube, that's the Y axis. We're going to rotate it around that. And we're going to say, let's add 0.1 to your rotation. So that's going to happen. I'm going to add a bit more to it. It's like a rotational angle is going to be added every frame. Let's also add something to another axis. So to get the other axis, let's go for the x-axis. So that's the one that goes across. So it's going to be rotating like that, but also like that. So we get this nice kind of rotation if it actually does anything. Plus equal 0.1. Should we have, or let's go slightly twice as fast on the x-axis if it moves. Now notice my instinct would be to put rotation dot y to get, say, the y component out of presumably a vector, a 3D vector, but this is the convention from Ursina. Okay, so let's run this. I'll have some tea, which my wife made me. It's very nice. Guys, this has just worked first time on camera, okay? Which is pretty amazing. Ursina, so simple, so clean, and I haven't showed you the documentation yet. So it's working. Also, notice the transparencies are working because this is a PNG. You can also do transparencies very easily. Right, let's get. It would be nice to have an escape button working before we get any further. So Alt, Command, Escape, force quit. Oh, in the comments, if you know how to get the escape working correctly, do let me know. That'd be great. Or in the future, presumably I've got it sorted. So we've been recording for 15 minutes so far. Let's keep this. I don't know how long. I don't know how long. I'm just talking to myself and not coming to a conclusion. So, how do you get input working? Well, we can use input, and then that will take one argument. which key you pressed, for example, and we can say if key is escape or Q, then we'll just use quit just to close down the Python there. Right, let's just see. Wasn't I going to do anything else? I wanted these to move a little bit faster, I think. And let's make our cube a bit bigger. Can I do that in here? Let's say if key equals space, then I want to get hold of Simon. I presume we can get hold of this entity out of here. I don't need to make it a global variable or anything like that. Simon's scale plus equals, or would I need to do that? Because the scale is a vector 3, I think, 3 vector. So we need to multiply it by 2 to make it twice as large. Is that right? I've never tried this before, so that might go wrong, but that'd be fun. So run the module. So now it should be rotating faster, and we should be able to use, so that's a bit better, isn't it? And we should be able to use escape or Q. Let's try Q. Good. So that now stops it, and I can go there without doing the force quit and things like that. Oh, I didn't try. I didn't try my scale hack. Let's see if that works. So if I press space, something goes wrong. What happened there? It kind of read space as stopping. That's weird. That was very strange. That's really weird. I'm pressing any key, and it's just reading it as to quit. Not sure what's going on there. Let's just try and debug. Again, presumably I won't be able to find the answer to this. Strange bug. Hasn't been happening in, obviously, in my other code off camera. So if you know the answer, so I won't be able to work it out, let me know in the comments what I was doing wrong. Okay. So now I just use the mouse. And it's not liking that. That's very strange. Let's have a look at my other code. If key is Q or key is escape, quit. And as far as I know, this one doesn't exit. Nope. Yeah, I'm using keys and it's not quitting. But now if I use Q, now it does quit as expected. So how is this code different from Ursina? Def input key, if key, then quit. No idea, guys. Very interesting. What a mystery. Whoops. Not that one. There we go. Don't think it's an indent or anything like that. Well, what a delightful mystery. We'll just leave that as a mystery. Okay, it might be It might be to do once we've got the camera kind of like working, and to do that, what was it? Is it editor? Like EditorCamera. I think literally you just have to write EditorCamera, and you've got like a first-person camera, as it were, for free. EditorCamera. Let's see if this also solves that problem. The strange input problem. Right. So now, if you hold down the right key, the right mouse button, or I'm on a trackpad, so 2 fingers. No, our bug is haunting. What is going on? Input. Oh, I can see. Well done if you spotted this. Classic schoolboy error. If key equals escape or key equals Q, then quit. Okay, oh, now I can try my scaling. If key equals space. Most of my apologies go to those people who saw that bug. Simon, wasn't it? Scale times equals 2. Although I do like I love solving bugs, obviously, but I like having the kind of bug that lots of people will have, and then solving it. It's nice to be able to go through that process. Right, so we've got the EditorCamera on now. Is that what I wanted to do? Yeah, okay. Was that everything I wanted to do? I mean, in the first instance here. Okay, so now, right, yes. So now, if you hold down the right mouse button, or as I'm doing on the trackpad, both fingers kind of down, then you can use WSAD to kind of move around your world and look at your objects. Not a great texture, I guess, for me to have a look at. It's a bit disconcerting. Right, now I want to try the spacebar, so I'll let go, press spacebar. Oh, brilliant, my hack worked. Again, quite a few things are working first time, which is not a demonstration of my skill, it's a demonstration of how good this 3D engine is. Ursina, very good, and I must find out which company makes it. They're brilliant, whoever they are. I'm seriously considering donating to their cause. It's fantastic. Right, and escape. Yes, everything's working as it should now. Okay, very good. So, what we've done so far, how long is it? Oh God, it's been 20 minutes already. My accent was weird there, already. It's been 20 minutes already, but what we've done is, just in these few lines, shown you how to get input working, overcome a few of the bugs with the window not shutting down properly, getting a camera and movement working. We've got an update loop as well. We can change rotation, scale, and creating an entity. So an entity, like in Unity, is a game object. Right. What we really want to do is make our solar system. And you know what? I'm not going to do it in this video. I think this is just a nice introduction to Ursina. So I'll keep this as like the intro, and then I'll make my next video just perhaps based on this code. I'll make a solar system from there. So thank you very much for watching. I've got to work out what to call this confusing video that looks like solar system but is not. So thank you very much and goodbye. Where's stop? There it is.